Gaming Frosty Pints podcast. I'm Gobi, and with me is Dr. fucking Niggle, Omega fucking Construct, and Zero Burn. How you guys doing tonight?
Fucking great.
Fucking fantastic.
Fucking
Fucking
amazing.
awesome.
You don't get to say fuck. It's not in your name.
Yeah, you really don't. Who do you think you
Okay.
are?
Quiet down. This has gotten off to an aggressive start.
Coming in hot.
Yes.
We gotta make up for it after last week.
Yes. Well, this isn't on the podcast. Yeah, the topic of this, but Twitch Prime is now called Prime Gaming. That's cool.
Really?
Yeah, it's I don't know why. It's kind of a weird decision to make because Twitch is about more than just gaming. I mean, to me, it's kind of who really cares? But there's the whole IRL streaming community. There's all kinds of art streamers and stuff like that. Like Twitch is more than just gaming.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just said that there's no need for us to talk about Twitch thoughts. But yeah, what about the thoughts?
Wait, we just got done saying we were going to skip this, but if you insist...
Oh, wait, this is also more than just that. This is... hold on.
Yeah, it was sorry, this article just popped up. It's an Engadget article. Yep. Today, Amazon is rebranding the suite of video game-focused perks to match the naming convention of its other digital services, such as Prime Video and Prime Reading. The newly named Prime Gaming works the same way as before. It's bundled with Amazon Prime.
So yeah, if you go to gaming.amazon.com and you have Amazon Prime, it's a page. This is basically they're separating all of the loot drops, like all the Twitch drops and stuff that you can get.
I get
all the Twitch Prime loot access or Twitch Prime access or whatever they call it.
Giving it an official name.
Exactly. So if you go to gaming.amazon.com, it's Prime Gaming, and it's like here you can claim the League of Legends skin offer, or the Apex items, or the million GTA cash.
Warframe.
So so this is them renaming that aspect. It's not. It doesn't appear to be doing anything to the larger Twitch ecosystem, I suppose. If anything, it's kind of separating this aspect of your Amazon Prime subscription into its own entity, now calling it Prime Gaming. So you got Prime Video, you got Prime Gaming. So
That I'll ignore.
And if you do have a Twitch Prime account linked to your Warframe account, you can claim the Twitch Prime drop for this month, which is a signed Donna. It's pretty neat looking. Go ahead and grab that if you can. Thank you for bringing that up, Gobi.
You dropped something in the Warframe chat, and that was part of the reason that got me thinking about it earlier. But what? There's
Warframe.
You call it something else. Hero pieces.
Yeah. So apart from the Twitch Prime drops that you can get for linking your Warframe account with your Twitch account, if you have Twitch Prime, you can also just link your Warframe account with your regular old Twitch account, and if you watch any of their streams for half an hour, you get these drops. They always do a drop or something, and this week they are doing Hero parts fully built. So today they dropped Hero Neuroptics, tomorrow they're doing the chassis, and the day after that they're doing the Hero systems. Fully built. And Hero is one of the most difficult Warframes to get. So, yeah. That's why I announced that in the Warframe channel today, as soon as the stream started, and I saw that was the case.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, nobody really needs to watch tomorrow, because the Hero chassis is quite possibly the easiest thing to get in the game, aside from a full set of Oberon. But, the systems on Wednesday, 10 a.m. on Wednesday, twitch.tv/Warframe.
Can I just leave that page open overnight? Because I'm not going to be up at fucking 10 a.m. Jesus.
Yeah, as long as your screensaver doesn't go off or anything, and you're just sitting on that Twitch page, then yeah, the stream will start up and you'll get the drop.
And of course, the Mystery Man returns to streaming.
Oh, but we're not done with Warframe yet. Heart of Deimos update is coming this month. Got a lot of exciting new stuff. New mechanic in the game where we get what's it called? Audrey 2. We get Audrey 2 in the back of the orbiter, and you feed Audrey Warframes, and she extracts Warframe powers for you. So, Little Shop of Horrors meets Warframe. It's gonna be great.
Why do we have Audrey Hepburn in Warframe now?
No, Audrey 2. This is Audrey 2 and Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors. The one with Jack Nicholson or the one with the guy from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Doesn't matter, they're both classics.
I'm gonna have to actually look this up, because yeah.
Wait. You have never seen Little Shop of Horrors?
No, I can't figure out who he's talking about.
Okay.
I can't put a face to the name.
Oh, the guy from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Moranis.
Rick Moranis,
Rick-
thank you.
Rick-
Yeah, he was also in Ghostbusters.
Played Tully.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Who's coming back for a new installment of the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie.
Speaking of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, apparently there's a game on Xbox Game Pass, like early access or whatever. It's called Grounded. And if you ever wanted to live the movie, there you go. That game is for you.
But we're not done with Warframe yet. Heart of Deimos also introduces a whole new open-world environment with a randomized cave system underground, so you can go in there, procedurally generated cave system. And
so
that's
like
where
the Underground
Necros is going to drop from now on. Oh yeah, kind of like Underground in Division, but it will probably be stable and gear progression won't be completely fucked.
So just like the Division.
But we're not done with Warframe yet. No, I don't know. I think that's pretty much it. A lot of good stuff coming from Warframe. It was a wonderful TennoCon.
Dr. Niggle, I'm going to need you to update your name from Dr. fucking Niggle to Billy fucking Mays.
I would, but Gobi got super mad at me before the podcast because my Discord name didn't have Niggle in the title.
It didn't.
I was gonna. He's like, yeah, we totally talked about this when you weren't around, and I was gonna say like, oh yeah, that's great. Well, I talked about it with Omega when you weren't around, and we were just gonna have a policy battle back and forth, but it just didn't happen. Just we're too tired.
It happens, man. It's Monday.
I know.
Fuck Monday. But yeah, we can move on because the other doctor returned to streaming, and
yeah,
wait,
you brought up two
nobody
good things.
gives a fuck.
One thing was, yeah, Dr. Disrespect did return, and the other thing was Grounded actually does look like a fun game, all jokes aside.
Yeah, it's not something I could get into, but I can see some people that I know getting into it.
Making bows and arrows out of paper clips and matches. It does seem fun.
Sounds like a ripoff of Phineas and Ferb, and not as cool.
Nobody
You're
knows
not
what that
as
is.
cool.
What? Nobody knows who that. Okay.
You have kids, dude.
Let it
Dude,
go,
what?
Gobi. Let it go.
What year did you guys grow up? Man.
Bro, I grew up in the 80s. Come on now. Real Ghostbusters, Silverhawks, the good stuff.
Yeah, the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Gobi, can you tell me where P. Sherman lives?
I don't know who that is.
42 Wallaby Way. Say zero got it.
Yeah.
Gobi claims to have seen Finding Nemo so many times that it drove him insane. He claims to have, but we don't actually believe him.
I had almost forgot. I haven't. Yes, no, I am forgetting. Anyway, moving on. Doom. There's something about Doom. Oh, and QuakeCon. Yes, everything at Bethesda is on sale everywhere. It's fun. What's Doom about? And why does nobody care?
We were discussing this earlier today, how badly we need a mashup of Doom and Tooth Fairy, both of which starred Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So in the mashup, it would be the Tooth Fairy needs to find the most powerful gun known to mankind to battle demons flooding through a hellgate on Mars. And I believe Nighthawk said that the main bad guy would be the Undertaker, and I added in that the Undertaker's minions would be giant scorpions, and The Rock would say, quote, "Not this shit again."
I just have one question. Does he wear the tutu and the hockey stick?
He wears the tutu, absolutely.
Okay.
He wouldn't be the Tooth Fairy without the tutu.
But he has to also wear the unicorn armor that came with oh god, what was that? Was that the pre-order bonus?
It's not. I said that completely sarcastically. Yeah, deluxe edition bonus. No, he doesn't get that. You don't get Doom Guy unicorn armor. Does not go with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson wearing a tutu. It's one or the other, and it's got to be the tutu. I will compromise with you by giving him a strap-on unicorn horn. Where he wears it will be up to you.
Yeah.
There's only one proper place.
I'm not.
Full stop.
Yeah. No.
Oh
Yeah.
god, yeah. What is this about? Doom
I don't know.
and QuakeCon?
Doom Eternal. Isn't this like the mobile game? You can tell we love Doom, right?
No, how dare you?
Or are we talking about Quake? I
This
can't
is
remember.
an expansion for Doom Eternal.
Yeah, Doom Eternal was the latest PC release that came out.
You're
That
thinking
was
of
fucking
Diablo.
awesome.
No, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Diablo Immortal is a whole different bag of dicks. But no, the Doom Eternal expansion pack was dropped today at QuakeCon. By today, we mean 3 days ago. And let's see. It turns out, quote, "It turns out your antics as the ultimate apex predator went a little overboard and made you a mess of the entire cosmos." And made a mess of the entire cosmos. So yeah, there's a new storyline coming. And ostensibly new things to tear apart and chainsaw right down the middle. Doom is always fun.
Now you're done slaying demons. Now you're going after gods.
It's the logical progression.
Perfectly logical. I mean, but the question, so then after gods, it must be titans.
You know, yeah, okay, I could see that. That'd be good. That'd be cool.
Right. All right. Where do you go after titans, though?
Thanos.
I'm gonna go with the flood.
Actually, that makes sense.
Thanos or the Flood? Which one are you having a nerd boner over, Zero?
Well, that would be Thanos.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's what I was going for.
Did you have to ask? Like that wasn't even a question. I mean,
I wanted it to be clear for podcast purposes.
Right. The better question was,
Don't start with me.
do you know what the flood is?
Yes, I do know what the flood is. Jesus Christ!
We all know.
Come
We've all had Halo discussions at length because of the new Halo Master Chief Collection that came out.
Yes, I still have yet to play any of my Halo 1, 2, or 3. I'm still not through Reach.
Or Reach, yeah. Omega and I played Reach, and now we're going after 2, and then we got to get to 3, and then what's left? The original and 4? Are they doing 4?
No,
we played the original, so we
and 4.
Oh, we played the original. You're right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so the order that they were released is the chronological order of the storyline, which was Reach, Halo Combat Evolved. We're now playing Halo 2. Then comes 3 ODST, 4, and are we still waiting on 5, or did 5 come out yet? I don't know. Whatever. 5 will be
5's out.
Yeah.
5's out been done, and then 6 is coming out, or now named Halo Infinite, and I believe it's supposed to release this holiday.
Gotcha. So there's a lot of Halos. I hope more of
Yeah.
them come to PC quickly.
Yes, because that's what we needed with the next generation console is a new Halo.
The ports to PC though have been kind of fucking fantastic.
Well, see,
apart from
I'm of the
Omega
opinion-
having to rebind his keys.
I'm of the opinion right now that hardware of console gaming is now it's on par enough with PCs that I believe that ports are going to be easier and easier to do. Especially we're going to be seeing them at Xbox because it's Microsoft. So
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a
It's
lot
always
of
been the easiest.
Xbox exclusives also starting to become available for PC because it's going to be much easier for them to do ports. And I mean, now that crossplay is going to be enabled. See, now with as much crossplay is happening, we're truly getting into a world where it's really up to personal preference of how a person wants to play a game, whether it's PC or console. There's going to be less of this world where you're kind of stuck in one ecosystem or the other. At least in the Microsoft world. Sony's going to...
I mean, there's still going to be the whole, PC master race console peon war thing.
Well, there will, because PCs are always going to be easier to customize and upgrade than a closed system like a console. But
that's also different. That's a battle among like the community. Well, I feel like in terms of business, Microsoft is going to see more money by opening up in terms of exclusives among both Microsoft platforms.
Yeah, I don't remember who I was talking with now. I don't know who's going to win the battle coming out of the gate for next gen, but I have a feeling by the end of next gen, Microsoft's going to be sitting on top. I think they position themselves. They might not come out of the gate as fast, but I think they have a solid foundation for setting up the future. And
I agree. When you look at the big three, and I think the split happened a couple generations ago, and that's where Microsoft started growing Xbox. There's now Xbox Game Pass on PC. They've expanded the Xbox ecosystem beyond that. Then you look at Nintendo. Nintendo's like, we can't compete with these hardware giants. We're going to take a fucking left turn and do weird shit. And they have succeeded immensely. Sony just kept making consoles. And they're making better consoles than they were in the past. And like, the consoles are great and it's great technology. But I wonder if they're going to be hampered by not having much to expand beyond that.
Well, and I think their other problem, my biggest problem with Sony has always been not their hardware or their games, but you have to pay to play these games online. And what happens when that fucking service goes down? Like, you paid to play the game, you paid to play the service, and fucking service is down, and a couple hours here and there, whatever.
You did not buy anything. You paid for a license to
you know what I mean. Okay, we're not going to get into the technicalities.
Sometimes, in the terms of services, it clearly states that occasionally the service may be down and it is no fault of PlayStation or.
We don't care about all that. We don't give a shit about that. The problem is it goes down for a month.
That's where I grab the base of my balls and start shoving them into lawyers' mouths.
Like, it don't matter. Like, none of that shit matters. Like, it's been down for a month at a time. Like, and it's happened more than once. Xbox, you pay the same price, but I've never heard of Xbox being down for a whole month.
Hey, listen, I'm not supporting PlayStation here by any means.
I'm just saying that's my biggest fault with Sony is they need to do something about whatever it is that they can't do right. Fix it.
But it's just like you look at the three companies, and like Microsoft is an entire empire. Nintendo is, like I said, out in left field.
Well, they're the niche. They have their
own thing. They're kind of untouchable.
Sony,
exactly.
Sony is a hardware manufacturer, and that is the base of that company. And for a while, being a top tier hardware manufacturer was enough to compete in the gaming space. Now you gotta start to wonder moving forward. Where's like it's going to be interesting. I think the landscape is going to be the
They
gaming
definitely
landscape
have.
is going to be very different 5-10 years from now than I think what we see right now.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
Sony's got a lot going on. Did you hear about the new Spooderman game coming out?
Yeah.
I mean, they have a great portfolio of games, that are, first-party games, exclusives, which are great. The problem is, most of them are like single-player games. I can't name a single major Sony game that's co-op or like multiplayer that's an exclusive first-person, exclusive first-party game.
It's true.
I mean, there's Killzone, but like, does that count?
They try really hard to sell that as one of their selling points, though. But
Yeah,
there's great single player games everywhere.
Right. I mean, and Horizon Zero Dawn, they were great. They're not wrong. Like, they are great games. Like, they do have a great portfolio of games. God of War was a great game, but it's a single player game. Like, and that was the other thing that Microsoft kind of focused on, is they focus more on co-op and multiplayer and getting people together. And, again, it goes back to that whole Xbox party. If I had to choose a console system that I was going to have a party chat on, I'm choosing Xbox over PlayStation because the network's more reliable.
Oh, also that, and the whole native crossplay means that you can have an Xbox and your friends can have PCs, and your friends and you can hang out regardless of whatever you own. It's
right.
It's a better
amazing
environment all around.
Yeah, my thought process with Sony is always like, yeah, they have like just random numbers. Sure, they might have 30% of the great games, but I'm not going to spend that much money just to access that when I can have access to all the rest of the games easier and less restrictive than just what that has to offer. And I'm not going to have a PlayStation and a PC. It's not worth having the multiple gaming systems for me right now. So
I will bring this back to the Doom Eternal update that's coming up. The devs stated 2 months ago now, they were asked specifically, is there any intention to bring crossplay into Doom Eternal? And the devs stated they designed the game in such a way that there is no technical limitation for them to implement crossplay, and it's something that they would very much like to do. So if I don't know, I think the community should push that a little bit more, because Doom Eternal, the last Doom game to come out, if you haven't played it, definitely check it out. Go watch trailers or something like that, because it is fucking entertaining to watch. It would be a great addition to cross-play couch player games with your friends, especially if you remember the old Doom games. They used to have arena death mode and stuff like that. It was fun. It wasn't. They say that it wasn't, statistically speaking, it wasn't very popular, but I found it to be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we could go on a whole crossplay talk now, and we could talk about how Ghost Recon should implement crossplay, because. Yes,
Gobi was talking about this. Yeah, Gobi was talking about this earlier this week. There's no reason that some of Ubisoft's titles shouldn't be completely crossplay.
All of them.
So, yeah, mechanically speaking, there is no reason why it shouldn't be possible.
I mean, God, Ghost Recon Wildlands is such a broken game.
I know, it's so hilariously broken.
I can only imagine that the console versions are equally as broken in their own special ways, and I honestly would not be surprised if it would be.
But it would be so much fun.
I can't imagine. Like, I can imagine it being pretty difficult to integrate those, because that game's a fucking mess. We had a lot of fun with it for a while. We did. It was a lot of fun for a good while, but good lord, it was a fucking shit show.
You complained about base jumping in Grand Theft Auto? Yeah, base jumping in Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
I'm pretty sure that was a random number generator every time you hit a button. Yep. 0 to 100.
Your
Random
parachute
number
may
generator.
or may not deploy.
Right. No, you may or may not get the animation to deploy the parachute. You might just jump off the edge.
My favorite is when you go to vault over because you hit spacebar to vault over things, and then you vault over something, like get up on top of a crate. But there's a wall right behind the crate, but it's like a half wall that's maybe another 6 inches taller than the crate.
Over it.
And then your player thinks that it's a ledge, so when you hit space to vault over it, when you're on top of it, you base jump from 3 feet above the ground and die instantly. Because that's how the game.
Why not?
In the game's coding, if you are in the parachuting animation and you hit the ground without your shootout, you're dead. Despite the fact that you fell from 3 feet.
Right.
Or if you hit water. I mean, I'm not, saying that it's probably healthy to hit water.
If you're in the middle of the parachute animation, your parachute is not out, and you are falling, and you hit something, you are dead, as Omega says. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you hit. And you could be, as he says, you can be at that 6-inch ledge, or you can be on the second story of a watchtower trying to jump down onto the stairs, but then all of a sudden you just go into the base jumping animation, and your guy is pulling his parachute out, and then bam, hits his head on the railing. You're dead.
You literally do a swan dive with your hands back. You just head over right into the ground from 3, 6, 7 feet up and fucking die. That game is such a shit.
Oh my god! Yeah, we did have a lot of fun with that game.
We were terrorists. That game. All right, I'm gonna wax nostalgic about this game because I'm probably never gonna play it again if I'm being totally honest. This game, Doc and I had a lot of fun with this for a while, and we realized we were fucking terrorists.
When we were in the cave.
We were at one point we were literally in a cave shooting grenades out of a cave at people.
We were shooting drones down in a
cave. We actually thought about what we did in this game. We drive down the road in a truck with a gun on it, drive up to people, kill them, and drive away. And then we move on to the next town and kill everyone and drive away. And sometimes we'll go up in the mountains just for fun and just lob grenades down on the roads below us. Sometimes we'll just see a car driving half a kilometer away, pull out a sniper rifle, and just pop the tires. That game, you are a fucking terrorist. You are a guerrilla fighter terrorist, and all you are doing is terrorizing the people on this island. It is a hilarious game, but it is so broken.
And after that becomes mundane to you, sometimes after you're done killing people in a roadblock, you take their charred bodies and you stuff them in the back seats of the car that you're driving and the passenger seat, because Omega is the driver and I'm the gunner. There are 3 extra seats in that bitch. Might as well fill them up. Or
you pick up dead corpses, charred corpses, put them in your car with you, and you can drive around with them. And
you can and have conversations.
Have a car full of dead people and drive from place to place, killing people with your car full of dead people. It's amazing.
Now, these conversations, did they talk back, or were they just one-sided?
You gotta amuse yourself, Gobi. This is how you keep on top of your improv. You switch between yourself and the corpses that you're talking to, and sometimes it's vocal, sometimes it's just reactionary.
So you have a split personality disorder. Good to know.
I will say a lot of times it's about the facial expressions.
That's true.
The corpses don't have to say much to get their point across. When you're chatting with them and you're driving around.
Sometimes they just give you a
roll
look.
their eyes. Just roll their eyes.
A single glance is all
more
it takes.
You commit another atrocity and they give you a look. You look at their face after you just murdered another 10, 12 people, and it makes you think about what you did a little bit.
And you look over and you say, "Oh, don't give me that shit, Ted."
And then when you get fed up with it, you just leave and blow up the car with the bodies in it. And do it all over again with a new car.
Or a helicopter. You can also do it with a helicopter.
Yeah, I
Or
think
an
a few
airplane.
times we filled up a helicopter with dead people and then just like bombed it onto a base and
We did, yeah.
parachuted out and just crashed the helicopter filled with bodies onto a base. It's great.
What I was going for there was mystery. I wanted the whoever saw that helicopter crash, whoever had to deal with that cleanup, I wanted them to wonder who were these people. Maybe in the outside chance that someone working at that base actually knew one of the guys in the helicopter. He's like, "What was Dan doing?"
Well, that's exactly it. This
Plummeting a
whole
helicopter
island, this
into
whole
a runway.
island. No, this whole island is a company island, and there's like a private military contractor force with this company, so it's all one big organization. So they had some name tag or something in their wallet or whatever, and so when the forensics team arrived and they found this crashed helicopter, they'll be like, what's this guy doing in the helicopter? He's like a maintenance dude from the moisture extractor farm over on the other side of the island. How the fuck did he get there? What's this guy doing? He's a computer tech. See, that's the beauty of it. Because they're just random people that we would pick up along the way, stuff them in the vehicle, and then, who knows? Just causing chaos. Just pure terrorism.
Yeah,
pure terrorism. That is what that game is. You just sow terror among the people of this island. And they tell you it's for a good cause. And they paint this whole picture, this whole story about how you're the good guy when all you're doing is committing acts of terrorism.
That might be more of how you played the game.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's possible that we weren't playing the game as it was intended to be played, but that sounds more like Ubisoft's problem than ours.
No, I'm just saying, generalizing that everybody plays that way might be a little bit of a stretch. I am saying that this is the way that the game directed me to play by tickling certain reward centers in my brain, and that is a game design problem, not mine.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Made you want to blow shit up.
Made me want to get creative about how I blew shit up.
That's like saying that when you go into GTA, murder and mayhem is your fault. No, it's not. The creators of the game made it that way.
Yeah, trying to sell that game as a racing game or a vehicle-based game? No, fuck that. You're there to kill basically anything with two legs.
Rockstar just gives you a palette, and the world is your canvas.
And
the original Grand Theft Audio was actually about stealing cars.
Grand Theft Audio, where they just stole the radios.
Yes, that one too. That was way back in the day.
Yes, who doesn't remember
when car stereos had those faceplates that you would pop off and take with you when you left your car in the parking lot because you were afraid that people were afraid that they would get their radio head stolen.
Even funnier than that, if you remember Parker, when he got his first Prius, he had a really nice radio installed in it. So picture a Prius dashboard that had one of those screens that actually came out like a CD drive and then flipped up with the LED panel on it. So it hit itself every time he turned off the car.
Yep. Dude, I remember I knew this kid in high school who had one of those early digital. It wasn't It was like one of the Game Boy style LCD screens, and it would like play little videos. It had like this video of like a racing, like little cars racing around a track, and it was like the coolest shit. It had like 3 games on it. It had like Snake on it in his car. This was in high school in the early 2000s.
So it had a Nokia in it.
Basically, it was a giant Nokia. Yep.
No, what was that phone? The brick Nokia that had. It was indestructible. It really was. Snake. It had like Snake. 2 of the games that you said were on that stupid phone.
Yeah, it had Snake, and then there was the tunnel where like you just went. It was tunnel run game.
Yeah, I remember the first car stereo I ever got. I had to cut my dashboard out in my '68 Mustang, and to put this thing in.
So next topic on the list.
Oh no! Wait, sorry. Yeah, wait, Zero.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
I think, yep. There was a slight problem there.
Hello?
Yep.
Hello,
Can y'all
Omega.
hear me at all?
Are you back? Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Omega was having a problem with hearing actual people on Discord earlier.
Okay.
Hey, can you hear us now, Omega?
Nope.
Anyway, Zero, you were saying about your Mustang.
Oh,
Did you had to notch out for the little dials?
Dude, no, it wasn't even notching out. I had to physically cut a hole in the dashboard to fit my stereo head unit in there. So I had to. It wasn't just notching out. It was full on Dremel tool cut the sumbitch out so that I could fit this $150 stereo into this $50 car.
I gotta cut out this metal plate that was never designed to have this stereo in it because I want this stereo in my car. I had an
Dude,
85 Chevy.
You know you're a redneck.
The audio system in my Mustang, in my 68 Mustang 2 or 78 Mustang 2 was worth more than the car.
Oh, I mean the original though. I mean the original was just absolute shit. Same as my 85 Chevy pickup truck. Like it couldn't even pick up the oldie station, which comes in everywhere. Yeah. So
I'm looking at old Nokia phones from the 3310 on.
that sounds right. Or the 30. Is it the 3310? Or is it the? I got all this. Maybe the 5510.
It's fucking amazing going back and looking at, because I remember now I actually had some form of Snake game on my old cell phone. I had like an LG cell phone. A flip phone was the very first cell phone that I had. And yeah, it's amazing how garbage games looked on phones back then, but we thought they were the coolest fucking thing in the world.
I remember when the Game Boy, the original Game Boy, was the coolest thing in the fucking world. Like having an LCD.
The year that the Game Boy came out, I actually had to have my tonsils taken out, and my parents bought me the Game Boy because they figured it would be easier for me to play the Game Boy than it would be to have to deal with me not being able to talk and always asking for everything. So they gave me the Game Boy, and I didn't disturb them for the 2-week recovery time.
I didn't even have a Game Boy. I had a TI-83 Plus graphing calculator, and I knew high school kids that had transfer cables, so they just gave me all these games like Tetris and, well, who am I kidding? I basically only played Tetris.
We did that with the TI-86, and
fancy boy had a TI-86.
Yeah. What year did you get your TI-83?
I've never actually bought a TI-83 or a TI-83 Plus. I got mine as a hand-me-down from a senior who graduated, and then I received a couple more from people who just left them in the band office.
I mowed a lot of lawns to save up for that fucking TI-86 because I had to pay for it out of my own pocket my sophomore year.
Yeah, I never got a brand new one. I just got the hand-me-downs. Occasionally they worked, occasionally they didn't.
I still have mine. I don't know if
I still got mine too, actually. It's right up here. It's somewhere. I like to think that somewhere in my high school, because I shared games with a lot of people, somewhere in my old high school there is a TI-83 calculator or a TI-86 or an 89 going around there with the same version of Tetris that I had that still has my all-time high score on it, because I was undefeated for 3 years straight in Tetris in my high school. I was very proud of that.
So you had a lot of history classes? Speaking of history, Street Fighter producer, not even gonna attempt that, leaves Capcom after 30 years. I've been with Street Fighter brand for a long time, experienced good times, bad times, and even non-existent times. My heart is filled with appreciation to those players who've been given warm and kind support on the brand, especially little over the past decade or so. All the activities on the Street Fighter brand regained sunshine and grew its liveliness.
Yeah, well, the executive producer of Street Fighter series has stepped down after almost 30 years of working for Capcom. Which is, I wish him well in whatever he decides to go on and do, because Street Fighter is a ridiculous game. I have fond memories of playing the arcade versions of it when I was 13, 14.
Fuck, dude. Going to the roller rink and playing Street Fighter and Ninja Turtles.
Oh, you had a roller rink? We had an arcade center that had a whole bunch of games.
You had an arcade center?
Yeah, well, it's called. They called it an arcade center, but whatever you call it, a small shack that had a dozen games in it. There was this one game I remember that had a steering wheel and a pistol, and you drove with one hand and you shot people with the other hand, and it was always being played by this one guy. Whenever you went there, he was always there playing this thing, and those machines gave you tickets for, like, however much your score was or however long you were playing it. I just remember I never saw him without a pile of tickets just being cranked out underneath that machine, and I have no idea how much money he used to spend. I used to think he was really cool. I used to think, wow, that's a pro gamer.
Well, he might have been back then. I mean, you never know.
No, I know he wasn't a pro gamer back then because there was no VHS camcorder set up. So I was thinking whatever he was doing on a tripod.
Well, wait, we don't have. What's a VHS? For those of you who don't know what a VHS is, it's something that came before a DVD, and that's as far as we're gonna go.
Yeah, it's like a DVD, but with it's the size of a brick.
Who remembers Betamax?
Ooh, I do.
Who remembers records?
Children, Gobi also used to go to malt shops and listen to the fancy radios that were on each table.
Well, he doesn't talk about it very often, but back in the 20s, Gobi was a flapper.
Hey, nope, I was not. But that was a nice try.
I'm sure the sequin dress looked lovely on him.
Still does.
Definitely not. I can't pull it off like The Rock, man. Sorry, I don't have the girlish figure for it.
I mean, it's tough to beat The Rock in a tutu. By the way, this is the second podcast in a row where we've talked about Dwayne The Rock Johnson extensively.
He's, you know what? I'm almost willing to call. You know what? Screw it. I'm calling him out. Dwayne, we will take sponsorship of your tequila. We will advertise the shit out of your tequila. Just sponsor us.
You know, he listens to this podcast.
Tequila.
And we will promise that Zero will keep his clothes on.
Yeah, okay.
Well, at least the shirt on. At least the shirt. I can't promise the pants. We'll try really hard for the shirt.
I support the craziness that my companions are spewing right now. Dwayne, just tweet at me if you're interested in this, and we'll set something up.
And yeah, of all of us, I actually saw Baywatch, and I really wanted to say, huge junk. You've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about.
Gobi is checking out Dwayne's dick in Baywatch, which I'm proud of you. You know what? I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for admitting that and bringing it up on the podcast. That's very big of you.
Yeah, you'll be shocked when you actually see the whole scene, and yep. It's actually front bump. He calls it a front bump.
I'm sure he does.
This is kind of a first. This is the first time that we've actually got Gobi voluntarily talking about another man's penis.
I didn't actually talk about it. Another actor did.
Let's rewind that, shall we? To the front.
Sure, go for it. Go for it. Hang on.
Yeah, we'll get it in post.
Well, you know what? We'll get banned because we're gonna pull up the YouTube video of Baywatch, The Rock, sand, junk.
This is great radio. This is great radio, by the way.
So,
And
so
junk.
I'm just gonna say this, and we have gotten
No.
so famous now on Twitch that we now officially have bots leading us to buying followers, primes, and views on the website. Guys, we have made it.
I mean, I've
in
known
the
that for some
famous
time.
words of Bruce Willis, yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers.
Or you gotta get caught.
Oh, and he's back!
Oh no, now he's queued up, but we can't hear him.
He's... Yep. Mm-hmm. Nope, we can't hear a word you're saying.
Okay, alright. We're gonna let him get sorted.
I think we moved on from Street Fighter. We are now... Oh, speaking of Grand Theft Auto...
Yoshinori Ono, we are going to miss you. You were a great executive producer for Street Fighter. I hope you have fun doing whatever you're going to do. Retire, spend time with your family. Or spend some of your multi-million dollars, which I'm sure you have. I hope.
Right? I mean, I would think after 30 years of the same franchise, and it's not like Street Fighter is a small franchise.
Yeah, it's not like that franchise was hurting.
No. I mean, they went, what, a decade without a game, and they still weren't hurting?
You know, just talking about this and being, talking about this company, and also the more about Street Fighter V and the latest articles at the bottom of this article. Street Fighter V, Street Fighter, Tekken, all the rest of that, great stories attached to them. Another game that came out recently with a great story attached to it was Death Stranding. Why are people so confused about Death Stranding? Why do people need videos like Death Stranding ending explained, or Death Stranding's confusing story should make more sense as a novel, or bullshit like that? What is happening that we can't just understand games anymore, and we need people to make stupid YouTube videos about ridiculous shit?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
I hate YouTube. What's next?
It was seeming like a rhetorical comment, not really a question.
No, it's not a question.
I mean,
me being angry at people that watch videos that are like, Assassin's Creed, confusing story ending explained. What's to explain?
Play the game, and pay attention, and listen, and, oh, wait, you might not be confused at the end. Unless it's lost, and then I completely understand if you completely lost the first time you watch it and have to watch it a second time.
Yeah, fine. Two exceptions there. Fine. You want to watch videos that explain the endings. Here are two things that I'll allow. Lost, the TV show, and Alien Covenant. Both of those videos should start the same way. Just don't watch them.
I think I've watched Lost.
You're not wrong.
I don't even know how many times. And I'm still not even 100% sure I completely understand all of the storylines and the plots that they were attempting to purvey.
What?
I think I got the general gist. Yeah, dude, oh my god.
Okay, no, I'll sort this out for you pretty quick.
They're in purgatory. There's
No. Let's not get into anything like that. None of that nonsense. Here's actually what's going on. J.J. Abrams and Alex Kurtzman are really great at writing mystery stuff, but when it comes to explaining the mystery stuff, they suck at it because answers are never nearly as fun as questions. So they keep on producing questions and questions and questions and questions, and then eventually it gets to the point where the series has to wrap. It's the season or the series finale. It's the last episode. We gotta wrap this up, guys. So they panic, come up with some bullshit, pass it off on the writers, and say, add some special effects to this, and maybe get an Emmy in the process. That's how that works.
You forgot. Let's have everybody meet at a church and have a toast, and end the show.
Also that, yes. We'll just, what we'll say? We'll say that they're all dead. That's what we'll do. They were dead this whole time, and nothing of what they did matters. And people won't get angry about that because it's about the journey. It's about the journey, Gobi. It's not about the destination.
It's all about the journey. You know what series though actually had a really good ending, and I want to Defiance. I really, really enjoyed the ending.
The
It wasn't
only part-
perfect.
Yeah,
It
it wasn't
wasn't
perfect
happy.
because they had to wrap pretty quickly. I think they found out midway through season 3 that they weren't getting a season 4, so they had to wrap up the whole OMEC thing and the New Earth Republic or whatever.
Yeah.
So they had to rush that just a little bit, but considering what they had to work with and the amount of time that they had to work with it, yeah, you know what? Pretty satisfying way to wrap up a series. Should have gotten a movie. Should have been a bit like Firefly, but yeah.
You know, at the same time though, I don't like where would you have went with that? Like,
Well,
he's
that's the
in
thing.
space.
That's the thing. Okay, so spoilers. We're going to talk about the end of Defiance right now. If you haven't seen the TV show, just skip ahead a couple minutes.
You know what?
Um,
It's your own damn fault. It's been out for fucking years now.
Yeah, it has. So they weren't going to have him go on the ship and do that thing where he just goes off into the galaxy. They weren't going to do that for the season finale. They wanted to end it a little bit before that and have like a bigger conclusion to the OMEC, and then they wanted to have a movie, much in the vein that Firefly did, much in the vein that Farscape did.
Yes.
But they found out that there was not enough studio support for that, or there was no guarantee that would ever happen, so they might just have an infinite cliffhanger, and they wanted to avoid that situation at all costs, so they went ahead and did the ending that they did, which was a good idea. I think it was a good idea.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely enjoyed the ending. Like I said, it wasn't perfect. I did like that it was partly happy, but at the same time, it was kind of depressing. Like, you thought, oh, Nolan's finally going to get the girl, and then he sacrifices himself for his daughter. And yeah, which totally saw coming, but yeah. And she doesn't even get her man because he ends up dying.
Good way to end a series. Apart from that,
Well, yeah, I
was
think,
gonna
like you
say,
said, they
I
rushed the Olmec line too much. The Doc, what the fuck was her name? Doc Yule. She really stepped up.
Good
I really
character
liked
development
her.
on Yule's part, yeah.
Yeah, she was actually one of my favorite. And the daughter, the name's fucking.
No, I was just gonna say
Carissa.
Doc Yule was played by the same actress who played Quark's mother on Deep Space Nine, and I'm surprised that she's not in more sci-fi because she's fucking great.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was really enjoyable in Defiance. You know what? Most of the crew was. I mean, even the creepy villain they had at the end, like. The guy with the biohumans who lived underground. He was mayor for the while.
The secret stalker rapist. Yeah. That dude.
Yeah, that guy. I mean, he was like, I don't want to say cast well, but like, he was kind of cast well,
he
and
was. Yeah, he was.
They played very well. And who was the asshole of the Voltan? The general.
The guy who died in a glorious arm explosion. Yeah, I know who you mean.
But who's the actual actor that played him?
I don't know. I'll say this though of Defiance: good character arcs all around. Datek gets a great character arc. Yule gets a great character arc.
I hated Datek. I'm not even gonna lie. When the first season, I fucking hated him. Like, I hated him. And by the end of the the series, like, all right. I think I hated his wife more. Like, she was.
She got better too. It was evolution of characters worked really well in that series. That was something that the writers paid attention. Good writing makes good sci-fi. Alex Kurtzman.
Well, and good acting too. That helps.
Yeah, it always helps. All right, so Omega might not be able to come back in here. He's facing audio issues with Discord, where it does that. It's the weirdest thing. It happened to him the other day too. Sound on his computer works fine. He can hear everything fine, but he can't hear voices in Discord.
Well, usually if you can't hear voices in your head, that's a good thing.
Usually, yeah. In this case, it is a detriment. But he can still hear all the notification sounds for Discord. He can hear the sound when he joins a channel. He can hear when we enter and leave. He just can't hear our voices.
So you should enter and leave and SOS him with Morse code.
That's what I did yesterday. I was trying to mess with him with the beeps coming on and off. But you know how difficult it is to do a dot and a dash? You know how fucking fast people do Morse code? That is a skill.
Those people are the real heroes.
People who can tap that out and who can listen to it and read it.
Yeah, those who can tap. Seriously, do you guys remember those commercials from, I think it was like the 90s? They were like the Budweiser commercials. And they're like, they pick some random lame job and they're like, these are the real heroes. We salute you. I'm the only one that remembers these. Oh my god, they were so lame. They were fucking hilarious.
It's okay. I discovered the other day that I'm the only one who remembers the commercials that Carrot Top did for collect calls.
What? No! It was 1-800-COLLECT, right?
1-800-CALLATT.
Or yes, he was call ATT. Cause who's the no, the other one didn't have he did something else too other than collect. What was the other one?
Carrot Top did more than one collect call commercials.
No, it was a different commercial. It wasn't was the other big commercial that he did from back in the day. Back when he was actually cool. Or
back before he turned into
cool.
Fucking Looney Tunes.
Google is just replete with 1-800-CALLATT commercials. Like, apparently he did a lot of them. Wow, yeah, no, this was before he turned into super buff Carrot Top.
So, who in the comedy community told him that fucking muscles are funny? Because that shit's not funny. It looks weird.
I don't know. I think he just needed a hobby, and he went at it full force.
Yeah.
That is an understatement. Full force is an understatement.
Full forceful thrusting.
Vigorous thrusting.
I just heard
I thought I heard him. Right, then he leaves. Damn it, we heard you.
Alright, so what else is on? Oh, yeah, the last thing that we were going to talk about is GTA, the yacht.
Yes, so what is this yacht? What are they doing with the yacht? I've been on a yacht.
Yeah, you've probably been on my yacht in-game. What I love about this article is that it says, wow, a yacht can cost you, $6 million. Bitch, I paid almost 12 for mine.
So,
anyway,
what do you get to do with your $12 million yacht now?
It's got a hot tub.
Okay, but didn't ever have a hot tub before?
Yeah, okay, now. Yeah, before it had the hot tub. But it also had a bar, and also it had a horn. You could sound the horn, and it was loud.
Inglorious.
It was big dick loud.
Hey.
There he is.
There he is.
Wait.
I reinstalled Discord, and I'm not even kidding. That was ridiculous.
God damn!
Just out of nowhere, mid sentence, I'm no longer hearing anything.
I'll recap what we talked about. Zero cut a hole in the dashboard of his truck when he was younger so that he could fit a badass stereo in it,
Mustang.
and I made a redneck joke. Oh, Mustang, sorry. And I made an insufficient redneck joke because I wasn't paying attention. I would have made a bigger redneck joke if I knew it was a Mustang. And then we talked about Defiance, and then it was Now, and then I don't know what happened.
Now we're talking about GTA and yachts.
Oh, right, yeah, so the new yacht update for GTA.
I saw the headline. I put it on the list because I know you own a yacht, but I didn't read it because I don't own a yacht because I'm poor, and it would just make me sad.
I don't own a yacht because I don't want to.
They're one of the few things that actually don't cost you that much for property tax. So if I could sell things, I would sell my casino penthouse and a couple other of my properties, and I would keep the yacht. Update due out 11th of August, that is tomorrow, for us. It will add brand new co-op missions to the release, and you will launch them all from the sanctuary of your boat. It doesn't say...
So Galaxy Super Yacht owners will be able to engage in an all-new series of missions, either alone or with up to 3 shipmates. Everything from deep-sea diving to high-speed hijinks on the high seas. There's action for sailors of all stripes.
Yes, it doesn't mention if this is a thing that has to take place in a public session or if you can do it in a closed crew session. I would love it if you could do it in a private session, closed crew or closed friends. But
it sounds like it's just a mission. It's like, you know how you go into missions with like 4 people? It's that. Except for you.
It gives that impression.
There's going to be
but you launch up a boat.
The update's also going to include some new business battles. It's going to have more than a dozen new vehicles. There will be new... the Diamond Casino Resort will have new adversary modes. Oh my god, there's a screenshot on the Rockstar Games Newswire article with someone holding a minigun in the casino. So that'll be a thing. We'll be able to... it looks like it'll be adversary mode, so PvP in the casino, which could be fun.
That's horseshit. I want to actually be able to rob the casino.
I don't even care about robbing it. I just want to murder everyone in there once. It would be fun. More than a dozen new vehicles, including some for Benny. So there's going to be some new Benny customs. There will be some new tuners. There will some new open wheel races, some new let's see, as well as a number of general improvements and fixes. Unfortunately, it does not say anything about the yachts, what the context of the missions is, but it does specifically say missions, a new series of missions alone or up to 3 shipmates. So yeah, hopefully, like Gobi's saying, it'll be, private missions that you go and do rather than things that have to happen in a public session.
Forcing you into a public session, you mean?
Of course, more vehicles is consistent with the money sink profile that the game has.
And yes, of these dozen vehicles that are coming out, how many of them cost less than $1 million?
0.
This one is a beat up. This one is a beat up Pinto, where one of the 3 tires is a donut and it's missing 2 hubcaps. $1.5 million.
Yeah, right. I can't remember the last time I bought a vehicle for less than $1 million in that game.
No, money in that game is ridiculous. Like, money in that game is approaching like South America dictatorship levels of inflation.
That Hellcat or whatever was like $800,000, and it absolute fucking horse shit. Like, oh my god, the muscle cars in that game need to be retuned. I don't know who designed them or who thought about them, but like, yeah.
Let's be absolutely clear. Rockstar is never revamping, modding, or patching their game ever. It's not happening.
Why?
They'll add more stuff, but there is never going to be a development on that game ever again.
You realize that's the same thing that's happening with Warframe, right?
Yeah.
More content. Get people to keep paying money, and leave old problems to die because one of the there was a live stream, a Warframe live stream, and I'm sure this applies exactly to Rockstar. The dev flat out said, like, new content attracts new players, not fixing old bugs.
Yeah, that was Steve.
So like that is the mentality of these these games that have a perpetual existence. They
on
rely
the other hand,
on pumping out new content. They would rather burn out old players and bring in new players than keep the old players happy.
On the other hand, it is not fair to say that they are as bad as Rockstar because they are still continually putting out patches to fix old content. They have put out 3 patches this year addressing old content.
All right. You don't got to get defensive about Warframe. I'm just talking conceptually here. You got to defend your baby.
Conceptually, I agree with you. And how dare you? It's not. Steve is my boyfriend. Don't make fun of my man. The whole program that they had this year was to address old bugs, and they brought 3 major updates to fix old bugs from old content. So they are still addressing some of that. That doesn't mean that they're addressing all of it, though. There are still bugs in this game that have been there since 2014.
Yep. So, and just using it to discuss that mentality of, and I feel like GTA is even worse. Like, I can't think of one time that Rockstar has responded to complaints about like a mechanic,
never,
or something, or like they just don't give a shit. They just don't care.
They revamped their anti-cheating system because they knew that the game was going to be free on Epic and they didn't want their servers to crash. They did just enough so that most of the mods or the mod packs out there wouldn't work. But that now people have adapted and they're going right back to cheating, and Rockstar does not give a shit.
No, anti-cheat is a constant cat and mouse game, and I feel like that's probably more worth than they care about.
Oh my god, yeah, no, they're not going to do an active development team for anti-cheat. No, they'll release, like year by year, okay? They'll do like one major anti-cheat update per year, if that.
And you'll get like a good maybe like 3 months before all the hacks work again.
3 months when only, the top 5% of mods work. Yeah, no,
and this
glorious
is why we
Rockstar.
play in private sessions.
This is why we play in private. I was going over my Steam screenshots the other day for some stupid reason, and I actually caught a screenshot where Rockstar was like, "We have adjusted your Rockstar has adjusted your bank account balance by $535,000," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." That's because I was in a public session and there was a hacker there dumping money on everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can I never be online when shit like that happens?
Oh no, he had the money taken out of his account.
Yeah, I had the money removed because the hacker dumped it on me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a fun one.
I didn't think that was a thing. I thought that as soon as you left the session where that happened, that the money just went away. But
no.
Whatever. It was years ago.
Yeah. It's actually, so I started playing Fallout 76 because my buddy Sosik got me into it. It's actually fun. It still has its bugs, and I'm sure you guys could make it blow up. But it's, as far as survival games go, it's fun. It feels like a Fallout game now that there's NPCs. And I mean, I did get Fallout first for months so I could get the Fallout 3 outfit and use the private servers and whatnot, since I just got it for Loki. But before I got it, I was playing with Loki and Nighthawk, and we were in a public server, and we were doing a mission to help Loki and Nighthawk out. I don't remember, it was some like agricultural plant or whatever. And Nighthawk and I were on the upstairs clearing it out, and he fell through the floor, and I watched him go through the floor, and standing at the bottom of the hole is this level 173 pointed directly at him, and I was waiting for that reactive shot. You know, like when you get the shit scared out of you, you just automatically like pull the trigger and shoot at the thing right in front of you. I was waiting for that just to watch him get his head blown off, but it didn't happen. And the guy was actually nice. I was shocked. He actually gave us all a bunch of stuff or tried to. I didn't take any of it because I didn't want us to take the stuff and then get shot. And Loki actually had a level 21 come over and help him out too. So it's been a mixed bag on the public servers, but for the most part, most people are pretty friendly. So that's good.
Gobi, I will take the bullet. If you buy me a copy of that, I will play it.
He will take it right up his butt.
Hey, we might have to. We'll work on that, buddy.
No, I won't actually play it because I've given up on on any Fallout game ever.
It's when it first came out, I totally agree with all the hate it got. Like it deserved every single ounce of hate it got. Since it released on Steam and this whole Wastelanders update, and they added NPCs to it, it definitely feels like a Fallout game. I mean, it's still not perfect. It still has some bugs and it still needs some work, but they're definitely going in the right direction. And I mean, if you think about it, it released 6 months ago, or has it been almost a year ago now? Has it been a year?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all they have to do at this point is fix all the the small bugs in the game.
Oh
and
my god!
Eliminate microtransactions entirely.
Well, the those. I don't know.
I enjoy in my games paying $30 for a skin for my shirt.
Well, and here's the issue. Here's what made me kind of give up. I was fully planning on getting Fallout 76 when they fixed it. When they fixed it, I was full on ready to do it. Then they said they were doing Fallout first, and I lost all respect. All respect. And it's just charging your players $99 for some busted shit that you put out, and you haven't even fully fixed it yet. Nah. Mm-mm.
What I'm very interested to hear how I know the Leetness is a Fallout 70 or he owns Fallout 76. I want to know how the Leetness feels about the latest Fallout 76 updates. Leetness.
I would put my penis in it.
Oh, whoa.
Well, fair enough.
So they've actually updated the Fallout First. Now you can either pay the $100 up front or you can pay $13 a month. And I figured it out. It's basically they give you 1,650 caps or atoms or whatever it is. It's atoms, sorry, not caps. Atoms, which is their in-game store credit, which is basically the exact same amount as you would pay as you're paying for Fallout First. So basically, you're paying for the atoms that they give you every month, and everything else is a bonus, which I get. But at the same time, it's like, why can't you just give the other stuff to everybody and make private servers a thing for everybody?
Leetness, would you play the new Fallout First, or would you pay for new Fallout First on a monthly basis?
Maybe.
Of course he would. Maybe. I mean, he plays World of Warcraft.
Well, yeah, maybe that's why. Is Leetness? Is it because you already play for a WoW subscription and you don't want to pay for another one?
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, there you go.
So let me be clear. I have my WoW subscription through the end of this year. Okay. And I had so much in-game currency that I didn't have to pay a dime out of pocket. I am good through the end of the year. So
no, I do that with like Call of Duty, the Battle Pass. Like, I usually play enough that I can get enough points or whatever that I can buy the Battle Pass without actually spending money on it.
I don't know if Leetness, do you spend like that much time playing? Would you be able to do that? Would you be able to pay in-game currency?
Really? He's on vacation 90% of the time.
I don't know about that. No. I mean, no, I just want to know if he's able to pay for his subscription in in-game currency or not. Linus.
No.
So no, enthusiastically no.
Golly, enthusiastic.
Nope.
We may have touched a nerve there.
Definitely touched something. We gotta be way over time now.
Yeah, we definitely are. Lee and I are. We have to go start drinking, I think.
I project our limited overstate lands.
Yep.
More of that.
That's impressive.
I think so too.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's like 3 different spots, and well, never mind. We won't go there. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for joining, and all have a good night. Peace.
Spanish.
Oh yeah.